Hello and welcome back to another round of Forgotten 2 with Slayer.
Hello. Hey, I spawned somewhere alone. That's a big difference from Zelo and Olympus and what was that again? Ankterville.
Yeah, Interview we all spawned in one building. It was really strange. And we are playing Brest. Even though I'm not in the mood for that, that's what she said.
Crap.
And apparently I can't hit anything either.
We don't have artillery here. So why are they spotting for it?
Because I saw your score at the end of the Zelo round and thought, you know what, there's something to this.
Let's see. Ah, one kill. I tried to throw it over the shed, but it landed on the rooftop.
Damn it, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a smart.
Yeah, I spawned on the edge of the crater. Do you have smoke? Because the tank is watching the craters.
No, I meant that. The RT, the mortar, right on top of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, that was it.
That was. It was not going to be positioned to hold, anyways. Tank is going east.
Oh, heads now it's on.
Tank is down.
Yes.
Yeah. Ow, Ornstein. Yeah. Yeah, you have these maps and you spawn and then you walk a few steps
Enemy was coming in the house.
and then there's Ornstein. What? Okay.
The Stuart is in the south street. Oh,
Yeah,
no. It's still there.
they're coming from that street. Infantry's coming in there.
It's down the Stuart.
Infantry's in the garden at the main street side. Grenade.
Lots of team kills going on around me. Did I see somebody there?
Execution.
Enemies inside the house.
Oh, that was Jankurador. They actually sent me a picture yesterday over TeamSpeak of him. But I'm not sure if it's really him.
Why, was it like some photo model?
No. But I don't know why anyone would pose for a picture like that.
Okay. That kind of sounds weird.
Yeah.
Damn it. Ugh, I hate this map so much sometimes. Because it's so like
Ow.
Counter-Strike. You can't really cheese people on it.
No, but yeah, this map was of course designed with 64 players in mind,
Yep,
and not 100.
that's the problem with it. This is also why I wonder why people are so gung-ho about having Stalingrad or Berlin or whatever. It's like, why do you think it would be any different? It's a city.
Yeah, but you can make different Stalingrad maps, and not just fighting in ruins.
Well, I mean, if this was fighting in ruins like Fall of... damn it. Like Fall of Tobruk, it might actually be better. Because
Yeah,
there you have a
that's
lot
what I mean.
more.
In Volapilbrook you have these underground parts, and we should have them in Stalingrad map too, like sewers and stuff like that. And you don't have that here. This is just a meat grinder.
Yeah, it's not just the underground parts, it's also that it's not streets. You can go from one ruin to the next and through craters and so on, that's really the thing. But even then people don't really like Fall of Tobruk either, not only because it's what's it called, a desert map, but just in general.
Nice.
Oh, why is everybody S-mining off the building? Don't do that, people.
Because every piece of shit can get a kill like that.
Nice! Super team kill.
Steiner team killed 4 guys.
Watch the S-mines, don't plant the fucking S-mines. Yeah, there's nothing I can do from here, to be honest. Are you fucking kidding me? Damn it. But yeah, that's why I hate that map.
Oh yeah, we the Svakia battle yesterday was great. It was really exciting.
Yeah, they're getting in us. Shut tight.
I think the Admiralty flag is about to fall. Not Admiralty, what's it called? Navy HQ.
Navy HQ.
Ah, fuck, that's one of ours. Ooh, through the smoke, I cheat. And there goes the Navy, damn it.
Oh, fuck.
And here goes the big tank. Woohoo!
They're downstairs in the house.
Fuck. Ornstein.
Okay, we got it
They're still
back.
there.
Oh, we
They're
got
still
it.
downstairs. And the southern room. Eastern room downstairs.
And they're going upstairs too.
Yeah, east.
Nice grenade.
So next is Pegasus.
Shit.
Will be the Brits.
Ah, got bombarded. Well, I shot Steiner, so maybe there was a squad leader.
Yeah, enemy's still here.
Fuck! Nobody was behind the door.
We should find something to talk about.
So
there's some-
podcast.
Yeah, so there's something of interest in here.
Maybe you know this, but how realistic is the Balkan? Were there actually German soldiers throwing boxes of 3 kilos?
Wait, what? The Gebäudelado?
Yeah, how realistic is
I
it?
think it's a standard demolition tool for pioneers. It's probably pretty...
But they would not carry it around in battles, right?
Depends. Like if they want to assault something where you have to blow up a wall and so on, why not? And they were trained in hunting tanks with explosive charges like that, so I don't know. It's not that unrealistic.
Okay.
Didn't I actually link you to that video a while back
No,
where somebody discussed these improvised anti-tank tactics the Germans used?
Well, I don't recall it, so I'm not sure.
I think I posted that on Discord, and they showed like techniques and like how they used anti-tank mines, and I think about Ladung were also among that. Ooh, that was not so good.
No.
Shot at the mother slash there.
Ah,
the
that
tank
was
coming
coming.
is South Street.
Yeah, the big one.
You were kind of a horror film fan, right?
Yep.
Oh wait. Maybe we already talked about that at some point, but have you ever seen that that famous broadcast
There's all squad coming in.
that they did on British TV that they weren't allowed to repeat because so many people got, well, so to speak, traumatized by it, like children? Have we ever talked about that?
No.
I don't remember what it was called, but the point is it was kind of, it was done like in the style of a fun kind of paranormal show, but then it turned into like a horror film. But there were actual people that you know from TV were on there and were like, hey, we're the, you know, and they acted like it was a live broadcast, but it was like a found footage horror film. And
Okay.
people didn't get that it was fake. I mean, it's not actually that like gruesome or anything, but because people thought it was real, apparently there were lots of like people traumatized from that, especially children.
Yeah, there are several horror films that were presuming to be real.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That was supposed to be real?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a whole media campaign around it to make sure that people would think that Leatherface was an actual killer.
Ah, like the actor, so to speak, that they hired a killer?
No,
They're coming
That-
south entrance.
that there was actually a killing family like Leatherface and his brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I know it was supposed to be based
In the garden?
on the actual serial killer Ed Gein, but as far as I know, that guy, but that story was completely different, basically.
Yeah, Ed Gein cut up his victims.
And made like furniture out of them.
Yeah, he had jars with face masks in them.
Yeah, and also I think like lampshades made out of skin and stuff like that.
No, that's more Nazis.
No, I think Ed Gein did that as well, but he didn't kill many people. He killed like 2 or something, but he dug up graves and then made stuff out of women or something. I'm pretty sure about that. Anyway, one big example of a horror movie that was marketed as kind of real was Blair Witch Project back in the day.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And that movie, I wonder if you would watch that today, if people would actually find it scary.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Without that gimmick of this is real, it's kind of meh, you know?
yeah, I told people that Blair Witch
Tank in the
Project
main
is a
street, yeah.
scary movie if you are afraid of trees.
Yeah. Well, it was mostly clever marketing behind that one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, to come back to that British broadcast, they did several things to kind of fuck with the audience, and one of them was so the idea behind it is we are doing like an all-night live broadcast from this house that is supposedly haunted. There's a family with like 2 daughters, right? And it's supposedly haunted. And
Yeah.
they showed a live feed, so to speak, from the bedroom of the daughters, and in the live feed you could see the ghost, like the outline of the ghost, which was like this creepy looking figure. You could see that in the background standing, you know, that the window to the outside, and it was kind of standing into the curtains, but it was like half translucent. It was hard to directly make it out, right? And then they repeated that shot a bit later, and you could see it more clearly. So many people, you know, freaked out. And then what they did is they had somebody call in, so to speak, into the show, because live show, right? You could call, theoretically, of course, fake, right? Had somebody call in and say, "Hey, didn't you see? I actually saw a ghost." Yeah. So then they showed the footage again, but this time it wasn't there.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Well, but I can see like on the curtains here, you can make out. It kind of looks like somebody's standing there. It's like it's a optical illusion." Like they did stuff like that to fuck with the audience, you know. So that's what I like about it. It was really creative. And apparently there's like several shots in the movie where you can actually see the ghost in the background, but most people didn't get that because there was more of an Easter egg. Do we have a mortar? Yeah. I've been... No, wait. We're the Germans. Never mind.
And other as mine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Blair Witch Project thing kind of kicked off that found footage craze, and then especially the Paranormal Activity movies, of course.
Yeah, but the fun is that it had been done before.
Yeah, isn't there... Yeah, there was... For a while, wasn't there a trend of these things like Faces of Death, you know, where you could see actual deaths, and some of them were actually fake.
That one. And the cannibal movies. And those were in the 70s, so...
Like, there was this one famous scene that's also on YouTube where it's like a man gets eaten by a lion. He gets out of his car in front of his family, and it's like found footage, and he gets eaten by like a pack of lions. And that one's actually very convincing. Many people think that's actually real, but it's fake. But it has very good like technique to it and special effects.
Yeah, there's also one in Faces of Death of a trainer who gets eaten by a crocodile in his while doing a show.
Was that also fake
But
or real?
If you, it's all fake. Everything in Faces of Death is fake.
No. For one thing that was real in that, I think, was that footage from that.
Yeah, from the morgue. That's real. Yeah, but you don't see people dying in Faces of Death for real.
Really? But what about that Twilight movie thing, that accident that happened? Wasn't that in Faces of Death or a different weirdo film?
I don't know what you're referring to
The
now.
Twilight Zone movie. Not, did I say Twilight movie? That's a different kind. The Twilight Zone movie. Don't you know that story?
Yeah, I know the Twilight Zone movie. I've seen it. It's in my collection, but...
Well, somebody there people got killed on that set, and the footage of that was in one of these movies. I don't know if it's in the final movie, but there was supposed to be, because the Twilight Zone movie is like an anthology film, right?
Yeah.
And there was, I never seen it, but there was supposed to be one story about like a Vietnam veteran.
Yeah.
Is that still in?
Depends on what he's doing.
Well, there was supposed to be a sequence where he saves 2 Vietnamese kids in a battle, and in the background you can see explosions and a helicopter flies overhead and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, that's not in the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. because the actor and the two Vietnamese kids he was saving died. Because the helicopter
Oh.
crashed onto them.
Oops.
And that is in one of those movies. Although you can't really see it, but it's in one of those movies. And the director who was responsible for this, who apparently waived all the with all the safety regulations and child work regulations and so on that, you know, caused the whole thing. He is the father of that one guy was on Red Letter Media for a bit, for a few episodes. The screenwriter they had on, what was his name? You watch Red Letter Media, right?
What?
Do you watch Red Letter Media?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I don't know what I mean, but I forgot the name. But yeah, he's still active in Hollywood, even though he basically caused the death of these people with his ignoring of safety regulations. I wish we could open this up, but Gavran forbade me from fucking with the map because then it might not work with the bots anymore.
Yeah, what's more important?
Well, most people probably play it with bots, to be honest. I think we actually have statistics on that as well. Oh, fucking hell.
Coming from the alley.
I really want to get rid of the
Outside,
G43s on this, for historical as well as balance reasons.
Yeah, but I think it will be a walkover for the Americans without that.
You
It's a
think?
major difference.
I think the MG42s will also have something to say about that. How many people did our team kill? I got -3 still.
You're on the main street, enemy.
And
The
they're in
fuck?
the building south.
Yeah, I blew up a bunch with 3, I guess, with the Baltaladen. Or 4.
This can't be one with 200 players. Well, of course not, because then, if you have 200 players on this, that means due to the kit limiting system.
No,
Thanks.
you stand up.
Yeah, due to the kit limiting system, that means that we have also double the number of MG42s. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
This was actually quite crappy.
Yeah.
See you.